So Grow Garden has done it again. So they added a brand new pet in the game from the Carnival egg, that is the Carnival Elephant, and this pet is actually pretty OP, more OP than you can think. So if you guys don't know what this pet does, let me show you, and I will also show you the best setup to use with this pet because it is insane. So it is somewhat similar like Chinchilla. So every time your pet does the ability, the pet with cooldown, this pet will allow it to do the ability again. I mean, there's a small chance of your pet doing the ability again, but I will show you a setup that you can use to make this pet go insane. And imagine if you use this pet with Chinchilla. Your Chinchilla will do the ability of your XP pet, and because of the elephant, since it's a no cooldown pet, it's gonna do the ability again and again and again and go on, and basically there's a chance that your pet will do the ability like non-stop, unlimited abilities that what this pet can do. And I'm also going to show you the setup. So first, let's get my elephant Nightmare because it is 60 kg at max, but I haven't made it Nightmare yet. So I'm just going to put it Nightmare, and then we're going to use the pet. And I have done so much experiments with this pet ever since it got out in the game, and trust me, I personally love this pet. And this pet is for the people who don't have multiple Dillos or Rainbow Hash Dillos. So if you have one Rainbow Hash Dillo, you guys are in for a treat because of this pet, because it can make the ability go on and on again and again, and using it with the Mimic, it's gonna go insane. So I'm just gonna put my Rainbow Hash Dillos. Okay, this should be good, and hopefully we get Nightmare in our few tries because sometimes it just takes forever. I'm just gonna turn off the pet scaling so I can see it and clean the pet. And this is one of the best things they have added, pet scaling, so we can see the pet and clean it, because you guys know a lot of times I have cleaned my normal pet that I was not even trying to clean. Alright, so it's been about like 8 tries, and on the 9th try we got the Nightmare. And let me see how big it is. It's actually a massive pet. I mean, it's not as big as the newest dragon, but it is actually pretty good. So let me just age it up, and then we can start doing the experiments with this pet, and trust me, you guys are gonna love it. And it might take like 10 minutes for it to get age 100, so I'll just put the Chinchilla as well, just in case. Alright, so the pet is about to get to age 100, and yeah, I'm talking about the Nightmare Carnival Elephant. And it is actually pretty easy to get this pet. I mean, I hatched only like 50 eggs and I got 3 of them. So that is really good because you can get so many eggs and hatch them pretty quick as well. So the first setup that I'm going to be using is going to be the Carnival Elephant, a Mimic Octopus, and Rainbow Hash Dillo. And you might be thinking why? So that is because Mimic won't copy the Carnival Elephant's ability, and Mimic will only copy the Rainbow Hash Dillo ability. And I'm gonna put 1 minute Dillo so that when the Dillo does the ability, there's a chance that it will do it again. And if Mimic does the ability, there's a chance Mimic will do it again, and obviously Mimic is only gonna copy the Rainbow Hash Dillo. I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but let me explain again. So Mimic is gonna copy the Rainbow Hash Dillo's ability, right? And then Dillo will just do the ability as well in 1 minute. But there's a chance that Elephant will make the ability go again. And obviously Mimic cannot copy the Elephant since it's a no cooldown pet. So that means if I put one more pet where I want the XP, I will have no problem because Mimic is gonna copy the XP pet and also gonna give the ability to the pet and go on and on. But with Chinchilla, we're not gonna test the Chinchilla yet because I want to test it before, you know, we put the Chinchilla, because not everyone have Chinchilla Rainbow Hashed, and normal Chinchilla is actually pretty bad pet. It doesn't even matter if you use it or not. So my Mimic does the ability quite a few times, Dillo did it as well, but apparently Elephant did not make it go again because it's only 5.5% chance. And for some reason, if you have a Rainbow Hashed Carnival Elephant, it have the same ability. I don't know why they're doing this. They added the Carnival event and we're the one being clowned. I mean, imagine you get the rainbow hatched Carnival Elephant, but it's no different. It's same as the normal one. Alright, so my Mimic does the ability, like, did it the ability a couple of times, but it did not make it go again, and it might take a few tries, I'm pretty sure. Alright, it's been a while. I'm just gonna go and do some spin the wheel because I have like 10 spins. Let's see what we get. Imagine if we get 50 eggs. That would be insane. I missed it by 1. Okay, we got 1 egg. Come on, give me 15 eggs. I got the new seed though, like in my first few spins. Carnival egg. More carnival eggs. Alright, I think this is actually not for me. I mean, I might just crash out. Imagine just a few carnival eggs. That is pretty bad. Alright, so I'm also gonna put the another elephant so we have more chances. Okay, so Rainbow Hatch Dillo is ready. It's doing the ability, and again Mimic is only gonna copy the Rainbow Hatch Dillo, not the elephant, because Mimic does not copy the no cooldown. I meant the Mimic, not the Rainbow Hatch Dillo. Even I'm getting confused with this setup, but trust me, it is a pretty good setup. I'm gonna put the Chinchilla as well since it have a really big cooldown and it cannot be reduced, so I don't waste time waiting for the Chinchilla. And we don't have to worry about that because Mimic won't copy the Chinchilla. I mean, imagine if Mimic can copy Chinchilla, that would be the most OP pet in the game. But surprisingly, it just doesn't do it. And Chinchilla's ability is actually pretty good. When it does, it makes the ability go about like 7 times. Okay, come on. 10 seconds for the Dillo, I think. Yep, 9, 8, 7, 6. Alright, so I was waiting for it and it did not do it, and this time it did it. It copied the... Not copied, it did the Rainbow Hatch Dillo ability again. So my Dillo... And it did it again! Okay, so my Dillo did the ability and it did it again and it did it again. So this is why I'm saying this pet is pretty OP. And it can even make a chain reaction if you have like multiple of these elephants. And the elephant will only make sense if you have like full team of them. Alright, so it did it again. And I'm adding the clips again and again because it doesn't do it all the time. But my point is, just having it in your garden makes a lot of sense because you never know when it copies the ability, when it does the ability again. So just saving 1 slot for that pet is actually good. And anyway, the Chinchilla is gonna be ready now, and see, imagine if it makes a Chinchilla do the ability again. That will be insane. That means Chinchilla will copy the Rainbow Hatch Dillo, and the Rainbow Hatch Dillo will do the ability about 14 times. And if it does again, that will be 21 or 28. We don't know yet. Alright, so did it once. I mean, obviously Chinchilla is gonna do it 7 times. And it copied the Mimic. I mean, it made the Mimic do the ability again. Alright, so here my recording got corrupted, so I had to record again, but it did not copy the Chinchilla's ability. I mean, it did not make the Chinchilla do the ability again, but there's a chance that it will do. And if I put like 3 more elephant, that will be like higher chance obviously, but the pet is kind of OP if you have just 1 Rainbow Hatch Dillo. If you have limited pets, you should really invest in this new elephant. And for the setup that you need to use, the best setup, let me just explain. So what you need is, you need to have 1 elephant, that will be okay. 1 Rainbow Hatch Dillo. If you don't have it, you can use the normal Dillo as well, or you can use the ferrets as well with the peacocks, and a Mimic if you're using the Dillo, and that's it. And you can also add Chinchilla. That will be even better because Chinchilla will be just there, and after like 17-18 minutes it's gonna do the ability multiple times. So this is why I think the pet is kind of OP if you have limited amount of pets for your XP setup.